Everyone, thanks for joining us today. We are going to show you how to knit this wonderful little lemon stress ball. It's really easy, super simple techniques. So grab your yarn and some double point needles and have a seat with us. Okay, so to get started on the knit lemon, we are going to start on this end here, which is the stem end. And you can see how it's got like a nice little point. This is achieved using an I-cord method. So to do this, what we're going to do is, let me set my sample aside here. We are going to start with our green and we are going to make a basic slip knot here. All right. Then we are going to grab our double point needle and we are going to cast on with a single cast on or a basic cast on if you're a beginning knitter. This is the one we use. So you just loop the yarn over your thumb and pick it up through that hole there. See if you can see that there. And we are going to have a total of 5 cast on. Now that includes your slip knot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so if you were to do a basic knit, you would just turn this around and start knitting. But to do an I-cord, you are going to take the double point needle and slide it all the way down so that you're now working off the other end. And you bring the yarn, I like to bring it in through the front here. And the first thing we do, before you do that though, slip off your slip knot. And then we are going to just knit like normal. But because we brought that yarn around and then we're working off the other end, what this is going to do is going to actually start creating, it's essentially a tube. So now we're going to slide these down to the other end. Remember, this is our slip knot here. So we're going to slip that off again. And this time actually we are going to just drop it. Okay. And then we are going to knit one more row of the I-cord. See here, I am knitting tightly, whoops, because this is a stress ball. We don't want any holes in our knitting. Okay, and one more. There we go. So that is the beginning of our I-cord, and to make the point on our little stem, we need to close that tube. So to close that tube, we're just going to take that slip knot there, give that a pull, and then pull this tight right here. And that makes the little point on our stem. And then it's the pattern says to knit one row, and that just sets the shape for us one more time. Okay, so now we are going to switch colors. So we're going to start knitting the body of the lemon. And to do that, all I do is I take a pair of scissors here and I cut myself a tail out of the green. There we go. So see there. And then I go and grab the other color. You can see this here, and I match up the ends, the tails, just so that they match. All right. And then for the first stitch, what I do is when I pick up the yarn to pull through, it's a little fiddly here. There we go. And I pull those both through. And then I just continue knitting with the yellow. And when you get to the end of the row, what you're going to do, is just give that green thread a tug. And when you knit across again, you will just knit these as one stitch, and that green actually will disappear. So you won't even see it there, and you've made just a nice, easy transition in your colors. And the last thing I wanted to show you on the lemon here is how to do a make one, which this is one that I've been working on here. And you see I've done this is where I did the color change. You can actually see it right here. And you can see that you don't see both colors at the same time. So to do a make one, which is how we're increasing the shape of our lemon, there's a little trick to it so that you don't get a huge hole underneath. So let me show you. I'm going to get to the middle of my row where my make one belongs. Here. Okay. And here's my make one. So to do a make one, you're going to look for that bar between the stitch you just worked and the stitch you're about to work, your next stitch. So you take that bar and you stick your needle in from the front, yarn over and pull it through like so. And then you take your left hand needle and just push it through the front of that. So you're basically knitting that stitch. There we go. And then just move right on to the next one. So I have to knit 2 and I'll do another make one. So there's that bar through the front, yarn over, pull it through, stick your left needle in and knit like normal. All right, so there's our pointers on knitting the lemon stress ball. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I hope you had fun learning how to knit a lemon stress ball. We'll see you next time.